Hey guys, it's Sneaky Pete here, and today I want to show you the new Crafty Plus. So the Crafty Plus is a really small and portable handheld vaporizer that gets its heat from a mixture of convection and conduction vapor, and it's made by the legendary manufacturer Storz Bickel that makes the Volcano. Now, anyone who's looking at this as a pure feature upgrade, what does it have compared to the Crafty? Probably going to be a little bit of a yawner, but anyone who's looking at just the pure vaporizer experience that this one offers, I think you're going to be pretty happy with it. As you can see, the Crafty Plus comes in a way smaller box than its predecessor, and you get less inside too. What you get inside is the vaporizer itself. Comes with a USB cable to charge, just a USB cable, no wall wart attached. You get one loading capsule, you get a very, very basic instruction manual, and then you get 2 oil pads, a number of different replacement screens, and a couple of O-rings as well. The exterior of the Crafty Plus is constructed almost entirely from plastic, and for some people they're going to be like, nope, I don't want to use a plastic vape, and fair enough, to each their own. For myself though, if there is a vaporizer I'm going to use that's made from plastic, definitely Storz Bickel is high up there on the list. The plastic feels super high quality, doesn't get hot, doesn't feel like it's going to off-gas, hasn't give any flavor whatsoever. This cooling unit, for example, is made from something called PEEK or PEEK, which is used in medical implants, so they do really put some thought and effort into selecting their materials. Now, between the two vaporizers, as you can see, they are virtually the same height and dimensions. It's almost identical in that sense. The body itself has been reworked on the Plus though. It's not as squared off in this center section here. It's rounded off so you have separation between these two chambers, and it does make it easier to hold when you're out and about taking this one on the go with you. It's not a huge vape, comes in at 4.3 inches tall, 2.2 inches wide, and then 1.3 inches deep. And the good news is that every accessory that I've tried that works on my Crafty works on the Crafty Plus as well, which is always a nice bonus. And then at the bottom of the vape, we're going to see the single button that controls everything, the LED lights on this side, and then on the other side here we have our filling and stirring tool. That's going to sit right in its own slot here, and that covers up the micro USB charging port. Now, as you heard me say, the charging on this one is done by micro USB, not USB-C. I don't know why they didn't upgrade on this one, especially because they only give you a charging cable in the package. So this is going to take a long time to charge if it's completely dead. It's going to take a couple hours probably, depending what you have it plugged into. When it does have a base level charge, you can use it when it's plugged in if you are in a hurry. So when you plug this one in to charge it, you're going to see the LEDs change all of their colors, and then it's going to start blinking blue when it's charging. It's going to blink ever slower until it's fully charged, and then it'll just stay blue. And if you want, you can also monitor this in the app. The good news for the battery is that they made this even more efficient in this same size. So even compared to the last version of the Crafty with the 20% increase, you're going to get better battery life from this one. Now, in my real world testing, I got 4 complete bowls out of 1 full battery charge. So that's 2 sessions per bowl, and on that second session, I went at least to my booster temperature and oftentimes up to the very max temperature. So I'm comfortable to say that you get 4 complete bowls out of this vaporizer. So for a travel vaporizer of this size, it's pretty decent life. Then the heat up time's been improved on the Crafty Plus as well. On the Crafty, it took a long time to heat up, and this one is considerably faster. But it's not fast. It's still going to take you around 60 seconds to come to temperature. So it has a nice loud vibration. You're not going to forget when it's time to session. But if you're anything like me, you're going to have those times where you turn it on and you forget you turned it on, but it'll let you know when it's time for the session. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and you're going to get notified every time I have a new video. I don't get paid for my videos. Nobody pays me to have their products on my channel, but I do have a website in both Canada and the United States. So if you want to support my channel, head to either one of those. We stock everything that you see me go over in my videos, and then much, much more. Now, I want to go ahead and show you the app on this vaporizer here. Like any good app, it's not one you need, but it's one that enhances the function of the vaporizer. For this first setting here, if you plan on using your vaporizer with the app a lot, you want to turn on Bluetooth permanently on the vaporizer itself. If you don't turn this on, it's going to have a harder time connecting. You can't check the battery when the device is turned off. So if you're not going to use the app aside from that initial setup, don't worry about this one. But if you are, you definitely want to turn that one on. So also within this setting panel, you can turn off and on the vibration, the charge indicator, adjust the LED brightness, adjust the automatic shut-off time between 1 and 5 minutes, and then you can adjust the smartphone vibration and alarm setting as well. Now when you go into this Crafty tab here, you're going to see the device info. This is going to tell you the total operation runtime, like an odometer, the firmware version, and it even has a Find My Crafty function. I'll show you this here. This is pretty cool. See the vaporizer here, hit Find My Crafty, and that's going to vibrate, and the lights are going to blink in case you have it set down, lost within your couch or something like that. So that's a handy feature. I would like to see them put that on more vaporizers. Then finally, in the temperature tab, this is where you're going to set the base temperature level of the vaporizer. So when you click that first button, it turns on, that's what the base temperature is going to be. Then you can also set your booster temperature here. So the booster temperature here I have set to plus 25 degrees, and I have my base level set to 365. So it means when I turn it on, press the button, it's going to go up to 365. And then when I double click it for that booster temperature, it'll boost that up to 390. For me, that's going to be an initial setup kind of an app. It's not going to be one I go back to time and time again. I'm going to get my set temperature, get my boost temperature, probably never look at it again. But the good news is once you set it up, or even if you don't set it up, you do all the other controls just on the vape itself. And it's really easy to use. So to heat the vaporizer up to that base temperature, just press that button one time, the red light's going to come on, that's letting you know that it's warming up to that initial temperature. If I want to go to my booster temperature, just going to double click it, then that's going to heat it up to 390 Fahrenheit, and then if I want to go to the top temperature, the very highest temperature it goes, a triple click, you're going to see the lights illuminate ever faster, and that's going to heat it up to 410 Fahrenheit, the max temperature you can set this vape to. I want to go ahead and have a couple sessions for you here and show you how I've been using it. So I've been going for more of a medium grind, more than a medium fine like I normally go to, and I've been going pretty evenly between the dosing capsules and just using it normally. I really like the dosing capsules because they keep everything clean. I don't find it impacts the flavor or the harshness or anything like that, so if you're considering the dosing capsules, I think you're really going to like them. Now I'm going to do a session with the dosing capsule, just on the vape natively itself, and then we're going to turn it up a little bit higher, and let's hit it through some water as well. And now we're going to wait for it to get to temperature. Okay, so just heat it up. It's been about a minute here. I want to hit it right away. I just wanted to hit that really fast so you can see that instant vapor. Super terpy, tasted almost like pure terps, but had a little more kick to it. So you see they're really pumping out vapor. You saw this light turn red there. Now that's letting you know that the heater has dropped down below the temperature. I use that as a guide on how long and how hard I should inhale. So really has no issues in producing vapor and produces it very, very quickly once it's at temperature. Getting exceptional good flavor here. See a lot of vapor blocking the camera, but really, really nice flavor on that. But it's a thick and it's a dense vapor, like you feel it. I can do one more hit here. I think that'll be enough for this initial session. I'll rip it a little harder. So you saw that light come on pretty early there when I was ripping it harder, but then you see the amount of vapor I blow out. So heater isn't as strong as something like a Mighty, for example, but it can still rip. I always like to turn it off, do one more hit, try to extract a little bit of that heat from the load there, so it's not going to use up my vapor in between sessions. So that was a good session there. Man, I tell you, I am feeling that one there. That dosing capsule is going to be very hot. But that has another session in there for sure. I'd go up to that boosted temperature for that second session, and maybe even the max temperature to finish it off. Now, what I'm going to do here, though, just because that definitely wasn't enough vapor for, whatever time it is in the morning, I want to load this up fully, and I'm going to load the oven itself. We're going to start the session at a higher temperature, and let's hit it through water. The dosing capsules, you can see that keeps it nice and clean when you're loading. Loading it like this is a bit awkward, right? That's why it'd be nice if they still included a filling tool, as that makes it a little bit cleaner, especially when you've had a session or two. I'm going to heat it up to that second temperature here. Double click. It's going to warm up to 390 instead of 365. Now I'm going to hit it through the bubble straw, and then after I have a couple hits on this, I'm going to go ahead and hit it through just a normal water piece on the very max temperature. Okay, so this is going to be the first hit out of this new bowl. Super, super good flavor on that one, even through water here. I mean, I should have cleaned this so it's like the purest possible flavor, but very, very good. Man, oh man, we're running out the clock here. There's only so many tokes I can do in a video. I'm telling you, these are hitting hard. Let's go ahead and switch this right over to the water piece here. So, I mean, this thing is just pumping out vapor. As you can see, 390, it has no problem just spewing it out here. And those were super, super flavorful hits. I'm going to go ahead. Let's go to the max. I said I was going to, didn't I? So when I'm hitting this one on the max temperature, I'm going to try to hit it nice and slow so I can keep the heater going as long as possible. Whew. Man, oh man. Let's do one more hit here. Oh man. That was a blatant disregard for the rest of my day. Man, oh man. That was insane. So you can see it really does just spit out a ton of vapor. No problem producing vapor at all. But it's really, really tasty as well. It's not just like a pure conduction sort of vapor. Overall, really good, both dry and especially through a water piece. Now let's talk about that vapor quality. And vapor quality is one of the reasons that people revere Storz & Bickel's products like they do, and I'm happy to say the Crafty Plus did not disappoint me in that regard. The vapor that it outputs is tasty, smooth, and there's plenty of it. Let's talk about these each individually a little bit. The taste itself is super pure on this vaporizer. The first few hits that you get out of your session have incredibly good flavor on them. Of course, as you go through your session, the taste is going to dissipate somewhat, but those initial hits that you're getting are exceptionally good flavor. The vapor production as well is very, very good and right off the top. It has quite low draw restriction. You're not getting that sucking through a milkshake kind of a thing. The cooling unit in this vaporizer really does make a difference. Helps make it cooler, helps make it less harsh, but just keep in mind because of the volume and just the richness of the vapor that you will be inhaling in this one, still might make you cough regardless. And then finally, as you can imagine, the effects, they all match up to all this really good stuff I've been talking about. Very strong effects on this one. In that first load, I will not push myself to finish a first load in that first session. It is just too much vapor, man. 4 thick, milky hits. That's good for me for a sesh. The efficiency on the Crafty Plus, I'd say it's good, not great. Kind of reminds me of the Volcano Hybrid. Like, if you want, you can push this thing to the max, try to get that darkened ABV, but you will not get that blackened ABV no matter how long you do a session or even if you use that booster temperature. And one of the reasons that the efficiency isn't insane compared to some other vapes is the temperatures are accurate on this one. So if it's a 365 degree session you have on here, you're going to run the air through that until there's no more vapor being produced at 365. So it might be quite green in there, but that's just simply all the vapor there is to produce at that temperature. If you want more vapor, you have to bump it up to those higher temps to try to get the maximum extraction you can. For pure convenience, it gets very high marks. It's a really easy vaporizer to use. Pack the load, you can get 2 good sessions out of that same load, so that's pretty good. Hit the button, you don't even have to do an initial cleaning or anything like that. When I use this vaporizer, I literally got it out of the package, put herb in there, and then had a session. I had to do no burn off, there was no flavor imparted whatsoever on it. Then finally for the cleaning and the maintenance, it's a bit of a tricky one because it can be involved if you want. You can take this whole cooling unit apart just like this. This comes apart in 2 different pieces. And then as we can see, we got a little buildup happening in there already. So you can take this fully apart, clean each component on its own, change the screens, change the O-rings out, but you don't have to. If you're a little bit lazy in the cleaning department like me, all you're going to do is take this entire unit, put this in a baggie of isopropyl alcohol, and shake it up for no longer than 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Don't soak plastic in alcohol. Just don't do it, but you can certainly do a quick rinse of it. Rinse it out really, really good under a tap after so no alcohol remains on it whatsoever, and then just dry it in front of a fan. It'll be totally clean and good to go. Let's talk about the strong points. What do I love about the Crafty Plus? And the first thing is the vapor quantity and quality you get in a device this size. There's more portable options out there for sure, you know, the PAX 3 for example, but the PAX 3 does not have the vapor quality that you get in this vape. So the big, terpy, smooth hits that this one produces are a big asset. The battery life increase helps my confidence when choosing this one for my travel vape. Knowing that I can get 4 complete bowls out of this, regardless of what temperature I want to use it at, makes it easier to choose. Then finally, it's just the ease of use with this vaporizer. It has really good airflow, so you won't get that milkshake sort of a thing that some people really don't like, and then it just couldn't be more easy to operate. single button operation. You really don't even need to use the app if you don't want to. 1 click, 2 click, 3 click, it's still all going to work without the app. And that's all you really need to do in this one. Just load it up, hit the button, wait until it goes, inhale, and you're going to get those really good results with very little effort. Let's talk about the weak points. What don't I love about it? Well, the first thing is that heat up time. It is faster than its predecessor without a doubt, but it's still not a fast one. It feels slow for a vaporizer that was just released at the end of 2019. I really wish they could knock this one down to around half that time, but I imagine it would just have too much of an impact on the battery to do that. While the battery gets you a good amount of bowls, I really wish they put the USB-C charging here. It just charges so much faster, and when you have a vaporizer without a removable battery, when it's dead, there's nothing you can do except to charge it. Add to that the fact that they didn't give you a wall wart here, so you're just stuck charging it with a USB cord unless you want to buy something separately. Overall, they just could have made a massive improvement by going to USB-C. And then finally, with a vaporizer for this price, I really don't want to see them removing stuff from the box. Like maybe the filling tool wasn't super handy, maybe the brush, not everyone used it, but I mean, I use the brush. I know a lot of people out there use the grinder and the filling tool and all that kind of stuff, and it's not in here anymore. Like they could have gave you at least a wall charger for the vaporizer in the box here. And also they just gave you this little quick start instruction manual here. I want a full beefy instruction manual. I don't want to have to go online to get that. Just give me a full instruction manual in the box. Don't make me have to go somewhere else to find out how to use all the features of my new vape. So my overall thoughts? The Crafty Plus is a killer choice for anybody looking for a pocket-friendly travel vaporizer that compromises in no way on vapor quality. This is more of a generational upgrade than a revolutionary new take on the Crafty. It's the Crafty Plus, it's not the Crafty 2.0. So if you're looking for a completely new feature set to upgrade from your own Crafty, I don't know if it's going to be super interesting to you, but if you're just judging the vaporizer for what it is and what it does, it's going to be a really good choice for a lot of people that are looking for that really, really nice vapor quality in a portable vape. USB-C charging and a faster heat up time would make this an out-of-the-park winner, but overall, I'm definitely going to be choosing this one in the future as I'm a huge fan of the vapor that it produces in both the quantity and the quality, and the portable size and the battery life, the amount of bowls you're going to get from this one per charge, make it an easy choice for on-the-go use. Head to vapenorth.ca and sneakypetestore.com. You can find the Crafty Plus and then all of the different accessories that we sell for this, and then all the other vaporizers and accessories you see me go over in all my other review videos. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking out this new look at the Crafty Plus. Keep it green, keep it sneaky, and we'll see you next time.